Hey, Jay here. This episode covers triggering themes and may not be suitable for everyone. Please skip this episode's of talk of mental health and illness can be triggering for you. There are many numbers to call if you need help.
You get one where all of us come in.
Well, I want to do something like that anyway. Move the microphone closer to you. I want to do something like that anyway. All right, I'm playing the intro sound. This is all recording, by the way.
Cool.
Hello, welcome back to the podcast. There was a disclaimer at the start. Fuck, I already tangled myself. There was a disclaimer at the start of this episode already, but I'm going to say it again. This episode will include very, very heavy topics, like possibly self-harm, possibly slewer slide. I can't say it within the first 60 seconds or
I know, I'm sorry, but the way you said it was hilarious.
There might be some there will be some childhood trauma in here, and just it will be a lot
of swearing.
Yeah, so there will be a lot of heavy topics in this. If this isn't suitable for you, don't watch it. Don't be a dickhead. Just click off and watch, one of my other videos. Chuck some other podcasts on repeat.
7 other episodes you can re-listen to.
And there's like millions of other podcasts out there that isn't mine. So watch something else.
I do recommend this really cool one called Queer Teen Talks, though. That one's pretty cool.
Shut up. Anyway, with me today, I have Ace.
Hello.
Who hasn't been on an episode in ages.
I'm sorry, I have work on Monday.
I hate you.
I hate me too.
The blasphemy. Okay.
Do you blasphemy?
Shut up. This is like you with Mars and the entire segment I cut out in the last one that was like us fighting whether it was Maple or Mabel as one of the characters.
I'm not even going to input because I haven't watched Gravity Falls.
Yeah, they haven't watched Gravity Falls, guys.
Or Hamilton. Come after me, I dare you.
I will. I'll come over this table right now.
God, I look like a whore when my jumper isn't like over my shoulders.
Move the microphone closer to... It's the wrong way you...
Oh, hello.
I hate you. So maybe this is why you're not on the podcast anymore.
This is why I chose work on Mondays, because I'm an idiot and don't work
tutoring
recording.
on Mondays too, so I can't even use them anymore. I just have Mars and then you guys on Thursdays.
Yeah, apologies about that. Actually, I could probably change days, but like, it's so much effort.
Don't bother changing it.
Damn it.
I might start doing counselling on Mondays.
Ooh.
So
Three would be
here as well, which is pretty cool.
I have to text my mother about that paperwork.
You do that. Anyway, so this episode we're going to be talking about our mental health over the past however many years, some trauma we've been through, mental illnesses that we've had and have, things we've done to help those things. We're not just going to trauma dump on you guys and then just call it a day. We will mention ways to help.
You're not the teachers at our school.
Exactly. We will probably mention some numbers that are helpful to call, some organisations that can help sometimes for certain people, and just things like that.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start us off and trauma dump on us?
Trauma dump? Well, where do I start, man? I barely remember my childhood.
Where's better than to start than the start of your memory? So this morning I had cereal for breakfast.
No, I didn't have cereal for breakfast. I can't even remember what I had for wait.
Well, I got off the bus with Mars about 5 minutes ago.
I don't think I ate breakfast.
I didn't eat breakfast. I had Macca's today though.
We were talking about this about 20 minutes ago. No, one of the common stories I tell people is how my dad left. I mean, I guess we could do that.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so
trauma dump on me, bitch.
You probably already heard this story
a million times, but I'm going to hear it 1,000,001.
Yeah, all right. So this was a few years ago. I couldn't give you an exact date.
Why not? I can give you an exact date on when I left my mother.
Because, I literally just told you I don't remember my childhood. The only date I remember is the date I broke my arm, which is another story I'll probably tell later.
I can give you the exact date on when my mother started terrorising me. The 25th of September, 2008.
Part of me really just wanted to go, womp.
Hold on. I have all the colourful buttons.
Shapes and colours like I've never seen before. They're not opening the window, Jay. Don't let them out. That's like a little inside joke now. Okay, so my mother and my sister were coming home from somewhere in our old place. We don't live there anymore. But in our old place.
What was the address to this wonderful place?
It was at bleep, 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 bleep.
I genuinely thought you were going to start saying your old address.
No.
I was like, please don't.
No, I have some privacy for myself now.
Yeah, you're just going to tell us your current address.
Yes, it's... Okay, but we got home one day and my mother kind of... sorry, thinking out loud, kind of went, oh, I wonder where Dad is. Like, obviously saying Dad because we're like 8 at the time.
I'm not going to say
we're
that.
very young at the time. I was maybe 10, so it was about 5 years ago.
Wow, you were older than me when I had my trauma.
Yeah, man.
I was around 8 when I had my big trauma.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to go into some of the other trauma. I don't think the public needs to know that.
Technically, it was leaving my trauma, I suppose.
But yeah, anyway, Mum was like, oh, I wonder where Dad is. And my smart ass went, oh, he's probably too drunk to drive again. And my mother just remembers this promise she made to herself that if my dad's alcoholicism got too bad.
Alcoholism is the word you're looking for.
Alcoholicism. You know what I mean. If it got too bad that she would leave my dad. And like 3 days later, my dad got kicked out and lived with my smoking grandma at the time, who is now dead. Rest in peace, whore.
Damn.
We didn't really like it that much.
That's so mean.
She was an alcoholic.
Microphone closer to your face.
I'm sorry. I'm going to get yelled at.
Pretty much just put your lips on it, bro.
What?
That's what they tell us with singing.
Really?
Pretty much put your lips up to it.
I hate hearing my own voice.
Same, bro. Okay, well that's pretty, I mean, I'd give that like on a scale of like fairy dust to I don't know, intro sound. I'd give that about a.
We're about to get murdered.
that's where that lies on the trauma scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, my turn to trauma dump.
Yes, trauma dump, Jade. Trauma dump on us.
Fuck, where do we start?
I can't. Hang on.
See, there's many starting places with my trauma. Like, there's many places where the movie can start off. Where are we going to start with this movie? We're going to start at, like, the first traumatic thing I really... because that wasn't really that bad, but it also kind of was. Okay, anyway.
Depends. Is that close enough, Jay? Because now I can see you without having to look. Hagen. Yeah. No, I can't. I need to adjust it again. There we go. Because it's close enough?
Yeah.
Apologies, I'll just cut the bottom half of my body off.
You do that. No, okay, so when I was a kid, my parents, well, mainly my mum Amanda, my sister's mum, who was technically my mum, but we don't count her. She would like get really drunk and high all the time. Like, she's done that since I was pretty much born.
My dad at the moment. I'm worried about the others making jokes some of this episode.
This is our trauma coping, though.
True.
But she would get mad at me for no reason. Like, I would breathe the wrong way and she'd get mad at me. And she would lock me outside like a dog at night, all night. And then I was in daycare at the time. I was like 4 or 5 at the time.
Damn.
So this particular story, I was like 4, I think, or just before I turned 4 or something. I went... So I was slept outside that night. My brother and I used to like hand each other shit out the window when we get locked out.
Did you at least get a blanket or like a pillow?
She didn't give me one, but my brother handed me one outside.
So
like my brother and I used to have like little deals going on. Like we would hand
drug
each other
deals,
shit. Yeah, pretty much.
Edition.
But she like locked me outside, and I was smart enough to hide my shit when I woke up. Like, I would hide it around the side or whatever.
Yeah.
So that way I shouldn't say that my brother and I had a deal, so neither of us would get in trouble. We learnt the first time that
yeah,
that
real.
happens. So she comes out, she was still drunk, maybe hungover. She would pretty much drag me inside and then like would, fight me and shit.
Yeah.
And this particular instance, she drags me inside and there is a bottle, some sort of alcohol. It was like pretty much empty. I'm not sure if it was like beer or wine or whatever. It was some sort of alcohol though.
Illicit stuff.
She had it on, so it was like all like an empty bottle sitting on the bench right next to where she dragged me in. She was yelling at me like for some, I don't even fucking remember. It was like, fuck, that was like 11 years ago now. Damn.
Shit. Goddamn.
Almost 12 years ago. Fuck, bro. but pretty much she grabs it off the bench and the heat of the moment, she slams it on my ankle. I went to...
Is that why your ankle is still currently fucked up?
I went to... It was either daycare or school at the time. I can't remember. But I went to whatever it was at the time. And I go there and I was pretty much limping the entire day. But my teachers just assumed because I was a clumsy kid and because I'd had injuries like that before that I'd just fallen over or something or walked into a door. Because that was an excuse I gave quite frequently. Honestly, I don't know how they never caught on, to be honest. But anyway... I go home and I get into the bath and we had these like plastic cups and they're like the sort of the ones that you get at movies and shit. Like whatever they are, souvenir cups.
Yeah.
Right? This one
was doing those at the moment. They're so cute. They've got nostalgia toys all over them.
Damn, bro. Bringing back my trauma.
But
Okay.
it's like the happy nostalgia, not the sad nostalgia.
Well, they're bringing up my trauma in two ways: the nostalgia and the cup that hit my ankle.
Well, damn.
I was in the bath, crossing my legs, and one of the cups just comes and lightly taps it, and I let out the most blood-curdling scream I think I've ever made, and it was still to this day the worst pain I've ever experienced from my memory.
Even with your ankle still playing up, it's the worst you've ever felt it.
Yep.
It makes sense. It makes sense. But
it slightly tapped my ankle and I screamed. And that was the point where my dad was like, okay, I'm taking you to the doctor. We waited there. I can't remember if my dad took me or if my mum took me, but we waited there for hours, like just at the overnight
That's
doctor.
usual hospital stuff though, or doctor stuff.
I'm pretty sure it was a doctor, but it was like not really.
Yeah.
So the one in Campbelltown was weird, but it was pretty much open quite late. And we waited there, I think it was like 10 o'clock when we got home. And that pretty much what the doctor did was circle my ankle and go, you got to go get an x-ray. We never went. We never did the x-ray. We never did anything like that. They'd kind of just let it heal. And then to this day, my ankle still acts up and it has for the past about 12 years now.
Knowing how strong the vibration of my phone is, they probably just heard my phone go off.
Didn't even hear it, so I doubt it.
My partner's getting their license.
Ooh, you just got your license.
I did 2 months after my birthday, and I finally got my license.
Not because they're bad at it, just because they didn't know where their birth certificate was.
So my birth certificate disappeared, and we had to wait for a new one to get in, and that took like a month, almost the 2 months to arrive. I'd say probably a month and a half.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't get in for like 2 weeks, and then the whole you can do it online thing popped up.
Yeah.
So Mum signed me up for that on the 27th of July for some exact reason. And I pretty much, they always like, the course is like 6 hours, all the work is like 6 hours. I did it in 2.5.
That's fair.
It's really simple, almost common sense stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's good to pay attention to because there's a few things where it's like, how far can you travel in the bike lane? You can't travel on the bike lane 500, 10 meters, 500.
You can't travel on the bike.
You can if you're turning left.
Oh, fucking nerd.
That's what I thought too.
Fucking nerd.
But no, happy birthday to my partner because I know you're probably listening to this and this is being recorded on your birthday. So happy birthday.
It won't get released for like another 2 weeks.
I don't care.
Maybe 3, depends on if I use the episode that I have on my.
I don't care. I'm still gonna say it.
Okay.
But yeah, they're going to get their license like right now.
Damn.
They got it. We went and we did it online together. And then they passed and I failed. I failed like 3 times.
Damn.
The first time I did it by myself. The second time I had help from my mother. The third time I had help from my mother. The fourth time I did it by myself and I passed.
That's fair.
It was like, first time I missed by like 2 questions in each section.
Yeah.
Second time I got 100% in the first section, but I missed a question in the second section, so I literally failed by 1 question.
Yeah.
So you can be marked down on 1 question on each, but any more than that you fail.
Yeah.
And then I failed that one because of the 1 question, and the other side it was swapped. So the second one I had 100%, but the first one I missed 1 question, and then the second time I got 100% on both. I'm just rambling on about driver's test stuff now.
Anyway, on a scale of coat hanger to clouds, where do you rate my trauma?
It was pretty high. I'd say not quite clouds, just a little bit under it. Like probably what? Like 2 degrees under it.
Okay, what are we labeling that? Aeroplane.
Can't say that. I was gonna say something about being high, but I'm not gonna say that.
Aeroplane is where you rate my trauma.
Yes, I rated about aeroplane. This is like Americans using anything but kilometers. It's like 6 school buses of fire.
Anything but the
spread
metric system.
Anything but the fucking metric system.
All right. Okay.
Oh, my fucking stomach.
Nerd.
Nothing but stomach cramps. Nothing like having a uterus.
How was your trauma in like 2021?
2021?
Or 2020 to 2021? Like how was your mental health? Because it was a very common
mental
time.
Health was horrid.
Yeah, because it was a very common time for the mental health to be shit.
Yeah, my mental health was horrid, I'll be honest. So was my behaviour, my friends. To be honest, everything was a bit horrid at the time.
My behavior had been a bit better in 2021, but like my mental health was shit.
The later it got, the kind of better I got. But no, 2021's year 7, right?
Yeah.
I was horrid. Absolutely horrid. Like one of the, current deputy that's kind of old. Not helpful.
Our one or
not
your
ours. One? No, he used to be ours. I'll tell you later.
Oh, yeah.
He used to be my math teacher.
Oh, yeah, you could have said that and I would have known.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he used to be my math teacher, and boy, was I shit for him.
Yeah.
Anyone who's listening probably knows, especially Claudia.
Yeah.
She was like best mate, still is, till like she left.
Yeah.
Hate you for that still, bitch. I don't even know if she listens to this.
Probably
I'm gonna be
not.
honest.
Probably not.
No, probably not. She's not online very often. But yeah, yeah. So he was my teacher, and I would purposely do no work. I did no work for almost 2 terms.
Dude, you do that now with math.
No, I'm actually doing really pretty well at maths. I've already completed my first assessment task.
Since I left, you're like, shit, I've actually got to try now because Jay won't give me all the answers now.
Me if Fizz ever leaves our English class.
Yeah, you're fucked if everybody leaves.
No, okay. It was more of a, if I fail my classes now, I can't go on with my SBAC kind of thing.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I sort of got like that towards the end, and then I
Yeah.
was like, as soon as they accepted me, I was like, oh wait, now I don't need to try.
Yeah, you were me in year 7 for your last like week of school.
No, okay, I was pretty well behaved. It's just I didn't care.
I almost beat the shit out of 3 kids in 1 week, and that was almost every week.
That's fair.
I was horrid in year 7. I got a little bit better in year 8. Year 9, well, you pretty much met me in year 9. I was way better than year 7, and then, year 10 is now.
Yeah.
We vibing now.
No, because in 2021, I like because I was living in Sydney at the time, we were complete lockdown. Like you could not leave your house. So we were doing online learning. I think I went in for the first like few months, and then they went, nah, fuck you, we're going into lockdown. So then I was locked inside the house for months, and I ended up getting into a Discord group from
Discord ran my 2020.
The way I got into that Discord server was I watched a YouTuber who used to write like fucking fan fictions, but it was on YouTube. So it was like the video ones, which I actually started making those.
Dang.
And I got thousands. I think the highest viewed one at the moment is like 21,000 views.
Damn, you were born to be popular, man.
But I would just watch all of those, and then one day they started streaming and I was awake and I was like, oh, may as well watch this. And I watched it, and then they were like, hey, I'm going to start a Discord server. And I was like, fuck it, I'll join it. I was the first person in that Discord server, still in it to this day. Still in it. I think I've got the most recent message on there too, actually.
Lockdown. During lockdown, my mum was a essential worker. She still is now. So I had the choice to go to school, and I had the choice to stay home. I started going to school for a bit, and then there was some days I could not be bothered.
That's fair.
I think that's what kind of affected my mental health quite a bit, was the fact I was home so often.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a strict schedule or anything. It was really just however the wind blows.
Yeah.
Except there's a tsunami on that side. I meant a tornado. There's a tornado on that side and a hurricane on that side.
Yeah, well, I got that as well, because when we were in lockdown, I kind of like, I would stay up all night. I think I would get like the most about 3 hours of sleep in a week.
Yeah.
Which was not good. Like the amount of nights I'd pull all nighters because the most of the people in the Discord were American or Canadian.
Yes.
So I would stay up and I'd,
You just
talk
reminded me of the streamer that got me through. So okay.
Oh, dude, there are so many
Their
streamers.
name was Emma, right? And they got me through lockdown.
Yeah.
They were probably a bit younger than us. Minecraft streamer, really fairly new. I watched them go up to maybe 200, 300 followers from 50. Like I was their 50th follower. Watched them go from 50 to like 300. And then as of February, maybe 2020, they stopped streaming. And basically all the traces of them disappeared other than their accounts.
Yeah.
Their Discord server, I've still got it. I sent a message through maybe a year or so ago, and literally all I got from the same people that were so welcoming was literal like, why are you texting here?
Yeah.
There's like, what are you doing kind of thing. It's like, okay, well, just checking to see if we were alive here still. Sorry that I'm in Australia and you're in Canada.
Yeah.
Like, damn, okay, sorry for caring.
Yeah. No, because I would stay up for hours. Like, I would stay up for days, like on that Discord server talking to them. And like they got me through 2020.
To be honest, I kind of missed
2020 as well.
2020.
Yeah.
I feel like now is just so rushed compared to...
Well, not only that, back then it would have been so easy to start a YouTube or streaming career. Like, even I proved that by doing these stupid videos that took me like 20 minutes to make every day.
Okay, before the phone ban, when we went back to school, I used to watch Emma's lives during class.
Oh, so would I. Dude,
because I missed having the time to watch their lives because I did dual monitor setup. Sometimes I had 2 Zoom calls on, one with my best mate and one with school.
Yeah, you told me
and
that.
sometimes it was a Twitch stream and sometimes it was school.
I used to have, I'd have my laptop, my monitor, and I'd have on my laptop I'd have whatever Zoom call it was, and then on my monitor I'd have my Discord chat or my Discord server or the fucking like a call for Discord or whatever. And then I ended up taking my sister's monitor too because she would never be in there. So I had 3 monitors. One was YouTube, one was Discord, one was Zoom.
Yeah.
But I got to the point where I had so many monitors, they were kind of curved around me. Yeah. And I made the mistake of my camera was on and pointing the YouTube monitor. And I was like, damn it.
That just reminded me of the time I got fat shamed by a math teacher. So, yes, my schedule was in the wind, but I still tried to keep it like, yes, I'm going to eat lunch at this time. I'm still trying to have some structure in the chaos.
Yeah.
But it just so happened that I had a math class every time I would have lunch.
Yeah.
And I had the teacher make multiple... This was a male teacher, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you told me this.
So I had... To be fair, he was a great teacher. This has happened more than once, though, through male math teachers.
Yeah.
And I would eat during class because what are they going to do? Come through the screen and take it from me? Like, seriously, man. It's my house. I'll just leave the Zoom call if you got a problem with it.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me to leave the room and wait for you to come talk to me? No, but I would constantly eat during class. So I kind of get it. To that teacher, it probably looked like I was eating all the time.
Yeah.
But he'd constantly make comments about how I'm always eating. Always eating.
Yeah.
But it's like, literally, this is just how my schedule goes. And it also reminds me, the sweetest teacher, who turned out to be a very big racist.
Hey, isn't that how all of them go?
She was short, grumpy, an English teacher, and had hair like a teacher we have there now. And she was lovely to me because I wasn't an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, she was really rude. Like, really rude to those kids. Probably enough to get a person fired, to be honest. But she was really nice to me, and especially during lockdown. I had her for like 2 semesters. And during lockdown, I missed one of her Zoom calls because I slept in. Yeah. And she sent me a message being like, hey, I noticed you weren't in Zoom today. You good? Like, only teacher through the whole lockdown period that checked up on me. Yeah. Only teacher.
I think I had one teacher that checked up on me. He was the best art teacher, and I would join all of his like meetings early. Like I'd be there 30 minutes early, just sitting there chatting with him.
Real man.
And one day I was so fucking depressed. So trigger warning here, I just self-harmed the night before I was like dead, pretty much.
Yeah. You might want to, like, somewhat blurt that out. Just so... True, we have given several warnings on this.
Yeah. But I was just, like, dead inside, and I didn't show up for that meeting. And he emails me after, and I didn't answer the email. And then he messages me on Teams. And he goes, hey, you haven't answered your emails. You weren't in class. Like, you weren't in the meeting or Teams meeting or whatever. Are you okay? And I think, like, I was on the verge of breaking down to him and just being like, no, I'm fucking not. I'm dying. And I just went, yeah, I'm fine. And if I could go back and tell him how much I was struggling back then and how much he actually helped me, I would. So him and one of my music teachers, but I didn't have him during lockdown. I had him after.
Yeah.
But they're the only two teachers that I think have really, really helped me in the past.
That's my partner's makeshift license for now.
That's fair.
Got it. Whoop, whoop. Proud of you, bro.
But around the same time, like, I was struggling with a lot of mental health shit back then. Like, I had really bad depression at the time. I had an eating disorder that, like, I would eat, like, once a month if you were lucky. I was
the opposite. I overate during the lockdown.
Well, I just felt so shit because Amanda had given me a lot of eating disorders and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So she, like, constantly was commenting on my body weight and things like that. So I lost it. And then, like, I just got to the point where I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't sleep, I wouldn't, like, take care of myself really. I showered, like, once a week.
Yeah, man,
that was on a good week. That. And when I did shower, it was a cold shower because I was like, oh, it'll make me skinnier. I was over-exercising, or I was either over-exercising or I wouldn't leave my bed.
Yeah.
It was just, I've
been there.
And
I used to take cold showers just for the fact that I was told that they, like, they're better for you or whatever.
Yeah.
And I took, like, 3 cold showers total. I went, no, fuck this, I'm going back to my hot showers.
In the middle of winter for ages, I would take cold showers and that was all I would do. And then at the time I was dating my partner who was also...
like, hailing in your shower if you keep doing that. Damn, man.
I don't do it anymore. Like, the only time I do it is after runs now. But even then it will be, like, a lukewarm. Because I can't do the cold showers anymore. I think part of it's just, like, the sort of PTSD behind
the
it
reaction
all. It's like, oh, fuck, I used to do that and I was really depressed.
Yeah.
But no, I was, like, struggling back then. And my partner at the time was also quite depressed as well.
Yeah.
So we were kind of just both dragging each other down with us. So, like, one of us would talk and then the other would stay up all night to make sure they were okay. And then, yeah, it was just the whole thing. Like, one memory I have is I was this was, like, after lockdown sort of, but, like, it was barely after lockdown. Like, we still had to wear masks. We were still sort of social distancing, all that. I was in PE class and this kid, like, and this was in the sort of gender and sexuality side of everything. This kid screamed out, and this is right after I'd come out as non-binary. This kid from the back goes, there's only 2 genders, male and female. He points at me, which I hadn't even come out properly at this point. I'd said to one teacher, and that was it. He goes, you're a girl, and you're a fag. And then he points at the next. He was like, I just zoned out for the rest of that class. And after that bell went, it was like recess or something. Ran to the bathrooms and
yeah.
You know what? Yeah. And I just felt like shit for the rest of the day. And yeah, I don't know how I made it out of 2021, to be honest.
I had a similar situation to it. There was, like, this is when the bullying was horrific. Like, I was horrifically bullied even before you guys came. It eased up for a bit. Like, it came in waves on how heavy it was. Yeah. Like, it was kind of like good period. Holy moly, how did you make it out alive? Yeah, pretty good period. Oh, God, it's back again.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I am now, but it's not as heavy as it used to be as well. Like,
this how it was, especially with bullying, and it usually came along with waves of depression. Yeah. Yeah, but it only happened, you know what, only happened to me once at school, and I made a promise never to do it at school again because I almost got caught by my favourite teacher.
Yeah. You can say it if you want to as well.
No. It's not a personal thing. It's like one of those, you know how people get iffy with, like, saying genital words?
Yeah, yeah.
It was like they're fine with it, but actually saying it is a bit...
I get like that too because I'm more just like, oh, fuck, what if somebody sees this? And it's like, I don't care if somebody sees this. I'm literally putting it on YouTube.
the thing, though, it's like... Yeah. Saying it is weird. Like, we all had that genital phase where it was like... Willy.
Ew. Yeah.
Willy and not penis.
No.
Like, come on, man. Be a man.
No, last year when all of the like all that stuff was going on,
Yeah.
like when the kids hung the noose in the bathroom and when they just wouldn't stop, I sort of just like shut down. And you could see that probably. Like you could see that I was just dead inside, to be honest. I barely showed up for school, and when I did, I was just either sleeping in class all the time or I was zoned out. I wasn't really sleeping at night.
To be fair, man, I don't know if the others noticed it. They probably did, or at least to a degree.
Yeah.
But when you got upset, because there was some periods where you were like, you at least seemed decently happy when we were hanging out and stuff.
Yeah.
But there was some serious times where like you were like nonverbal or you were like really pissed off, kind of snappy at even us. I was genuinely so worried about what was going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Like, not for the fact that you're mad at us and we won't become friends anymore, kind of worried, but like you're going to be trigger warning dead in a ditch somewhere kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I never attempted with you guys. Like back in 2021, I did heaps of times. I'm going to be completely honest about that. Like, and I'm going to be honest, that Discord server is the only reason I'm actually alive right now.
Yeah.
But that plus a few other things, but mainly the Discord server.
You've all got that one solid reason with a few extra little ones.
Yeah. But with you guys, I never attempted, but I definitely thought about it a few times. I thought, how can I do this? How can I just get out of all this shit? And then when our sort of friend group broke up for a little bit, that's where I was sort of
those are the hardest times.
Honestly, that one PE teacher, only reason I'm alive right now. Like, that PE teacher would open rooms for us. And
yes, that one.
She is the only reason I didn't sort of end it.
Yeah.
Because she checked up on me every day. She would open a room for me and then open a separate room for you guys to make sure that I wasn't too...
To be honest, thanks to that teacher, I got to a point where I was worried for that teacher because they had to deal with us.
Yeah.
I was worried that we were going to have such an impact on that teacher that I got worried to start going to her.
I got to the point where, like, I didn't want to burden any teachers, so I would just sit there quietly. And they could tell something. Like, I had so many teachers ask if I was okay, and so many teachers, like, just generally look at me like, fuck, this kid's going to... this kid's not going to make it.
It's kind of gotten to a point at school where the teachers know when something's wrong, especially
two hizzy teachers.
Yeah, the two hizzy teachers, the certain PE teacher, the two wellbeing officers.
Yeah, true.
We just got a new wellbeing room, and I've already had to take two people up there.
Yeah,
because of kids. Like I've already had to take two people up there, and you can like. Two wellbeing teachers kind of know if I'm escorting them up there, then it's kind of...
It's bad, yeah.
It's bad.
I think a lot of the issue now as well, because I went through this 2021, is a lot of people just think that nobody cares and that they're scared to go ask for help.
Yeah.
And because especially
if
asking
you need
for help
help,
seems
ask
weak.
for it,
yeah.
Man. I'm going to say this now, they would not help you if it was a burden. Yeah. That is the one thing I've learned.
And they wouldn't have that job if they didn't want to do it.
Especially teachers.
Yeah.
I know I'm far from the mic. I'm trying to adjust my jumper.
No, because back in 2021, I went to it was 2022 actually, early 2022, I went to the counsellor at the school at the time.
Oh, I forgot we had counsellors at school. I haven't been down there in ages.
Well, I went to the counsellor and I was like, I was told, or the principal told somebody that I was like going to kill myself the next day, which complete bullshit, but okay.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2 days. But
I bet $10 on who it was.
But I kind of just like dealt with it. And then the counsellor was made aware. She calls me into her office and she goes, okay, every Tuesday you're going to come here and, do this.
Oh, I remember that.
She would she would call me down, but there were so many times where she just skipped out on me. I don't know how she kept a job. Like she was shit. On my last day, I went to go say a thank you for not making me kill myself. But she just she wasn't there.
Yeah.
And she was nowhere to be found. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me. You couldn't even just have the decency to say, hey.
Once. There was one. Sorry, I'm talking over you.
No, you're fine.
I'm sorry. You're good. Once I went to the counsellor and I ticked the this is serious box. Yeah. And it took her over 2 months to get to me.
Counsellor at the school you're at took me a year to get to me. I ticked every single box except for 2 of them.
Yeah.
And took her a year, and then by the time she came to get me, I was pretty much gone. I had probably a month or 2 before I was gone. And it was like, are you fucking serious? Like, I had solved all my issues by the time she actually came to get me.
Yeah.
Like, what if I hadn't gone that route? What if, one more, because honestly, if one more thing had happened that, like, one more big thing like the flag thing had happened to that school, I wouldn't be here. I would have I would have either left on a train to go to Sydney and just fuck off forever, or I would have left. Like, she really fucked up with that one.
Look, we have two counselors at school. There is a male one and there's a female one. I've spoken to the male one once. He suggested, like you get into some clubs. Like, no, nothing bad against male psychologists. It's personally harder for me to open up to them. To be honest, it's hard for me to open up to anyone unless you're chill. But once he was like, yeah, I'll call you back into my office, have a think about all these clubs. Like, he was great. Like, it's just that our school's a bit dodgy.
Yeah. They get the cheapest of the cheapest.
Yeah. He was like really great. It was like, yeah, I suggest all this, like female counselors call me up on a few things, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then he's like, I'll call you back into my office tomorrow. Tomorrow hasn't happened yet. It's been like 3 years.
No,
do you even remember, bro?
Yeah. No, like, there's so much crap that's happened in my life that, like, looking back, I'm like, fuck, how am I here right now?
Yeah.
It's like so many things, so many people have done shit to me and I'm still here just trying, I guess.
I look back and part of me kind of goes, why didn't you do this? Like, why didn't you go and reach out for help? This was something that was not normal.
It's hard, like, to reach out for help. Like, and I literally did it like 20 minutes ago, but probably a little longer than that now. But like
20 minutes is standard time, man. 20 minutes could be like an hour ago, 3 hours ago.
I think it was an hour ago, actually.
No, but like, no, that sounds mean. I do care.
It's the matter of like sitting there and overthinking it. Like, fuck, how do I do that? How do I start that conversation? Because it's not a conversation that's started.
It's like, oh, am I overreacting over this? Is this actually just something that's little that I am making it 10 times out worse to be? And usually if you have to think, is this something little? Do I actually need help for this?
It's probably
It usually means that it is something big and you should definitely go get help for that.
Or you've had a lot of bigger things happen. And that's sort of where I sort of struggled to ask for help, because I had a lot of bigger shit happen to me that I just sort of put aside, I guess. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, yeah, well, that happened and I'm fine. So, this happens and I'm sure I'm fine.
It's like, it is what it is, but it's also not.
Yeah, a lot of the time it is those, smaller things that build up. And then the bigger things that loom over it is the thing that really makes it bad.
It's like, oh, your friends stopped showing up to a few classes. Should I report this? Like, I say, it's only something small for now. And then they stop showing up to school altogether and you start getting worried. And it's like, but it's maybe they're just moving on with their life. No, if you're worried, report it.
Yeah. Even if it turns out to be nothing, at least you sort of tried, I guess.
Yeah, even if you think it's just genuinely them, they might be moving away somewhere. You've missed a detail or something. Still, if you're worried, report it. Yeah. Or go seek help, man.
Yeah. No, with all the, like, shit that happened, and I'm sort of getting back into the depressive point, but I think I'm handling it a lot better as well. Yeah. Because I've gained skills over the past few years. Like, even I went through a really bad depressive episode sort of around November last year. And I got to the point where I just took every single cable in my room and taped it up and hid it from myself. Yeah. Which I can't even find half those cables now. So I've searched around my entire room. I still can't find half the cables. So I think it's quite impressive that I've done. Yeah. Even just that shows me how much I've, like, I guess, like, helped myself, I guess. Yeah. Because, like, in the past I probably would have just said, nah, fuck it. If I die, I die.
Yeah, no, I get that, man.
Yeah, whereas now I sort of think, if something happens, I should probably be careful. Just in case.
I've worked too far. I've worked so hard to get this far. Why am I losing it now?
And now that I've gotten to the point of, like, where I am now, at TAFE and doing music full time pretty much and doing all this cool shit, I've sort of gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I kind of want to see how my life pans out. So I'm not going to click pause and end the movie yet. I'm going to keep going.
Yo, this book just got interesting.
Well, that, and it's also like, because I've got a tracker on my phone to see how many days since I last self-harmed, which I think it's like over 230 days now, which is pretty good.
Yeah, my mum used to scream at me for having the app because she didn't believe that I did it.
Yeah. Dad started like, Dad got angry at me, but in his defense, his dad ended his life.
Yeah.
So
It's a
I
really
get
touchy
it.
subject, especially for older people.
Yeah.
Not saying it's not for younger people, but
It's a lot more normalized now, though, for younger people.
Yeah,
230 days exactly today. But it's like, now that I see how high that track has gone, it's like I really don't want to fuck that up, so I'm just gonna leave it.
See, lots of people say that that's why the app is really bad to have. People think that, like, I've had lots of people say that they actually got rid of the app because it's toxic, because you can look back and it makes you feel worse if you happen to relapse.
I get that on an extent, but also, like, it's person to person as well. Like, if you have an app and it helps you, go for it. But if you don't have the app and you think it won't help you, then don't do it. Like, it's a matter of, person to person. It's not like this will help for everyone. Like, that's not how that shit works.
Yeah, look, just because it helps you doesn't mean it's going to help old mate down the road.
Yeah.
Like,
everybody's different.
For example, yes, talking to someone might help for you, but it might not for Jay. Like, talking to someone might help for me because I can blab on about 100 different things.
Yeah.
But for you, you might just rather sit there and draw it out. Like,
or write a song for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, go listen to my new song. It is called Let Me Be a Boy or something like that. I don't know.
I don't even know.
I named it as I was typing the YouTube name, because I was like, fuck, what am I going to call this song? Because in my brain, I'd always just called it, I don't know, my song or the Barbie song or something like that.
Yeah,
because one of the first lines is told to play with Barbies. So that's what I've always sort of labeled it as. And then I just went onto music, like my music app, and just started searching. Is this a song already? Oh, it is. Shit, there's like 4 songs of it. Is this a song? No. Boom. There we go.
Yeah.
But go listen to my new song, please. Please.
I recommend it. It's a good song.
Yeah. Well, he's heard it. It scared the shit out of me. Oh, I'm gonna have to believe that. No, but she came up to me and she goes, "Oh, I heard your song," and I was like, "Fuck."
When certain bleeped person came to school for a thing, I told them that I wasn't gonna be available Mondays, and they looked so heartbroken. I was like, "I'm sorry, I have work."
Yeah. Yeah. There's
oh jeez, this is getting sensitive. I'm trying to log back into this thing.
Yeah.
And now I don't remember. This was like 2 years ago.
The counsellor at your school, her one suggestion for me before she came and seen me again, like a year or two later, was to download an app called Beyond Now, which this was before the phone ban. Literally like a month later, the phone ban was like active and I couldn't use it anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, why would you tell me to get that when you know the phone ban's coming up and it won't help me at all? It's like, what the fuck, bro? Because most of my breakdowns would happen at school. Like, and when they happened at home, I'd just go on TikTok and I'd watch a video to calm myself down.
That's a lie.
What?
Sorry, no, not you. No.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, so I just tried to log into the app again, and it was asking me. So I went, I'll just put it for like January 1st of 2020, and I logged back in. It's like 4 years. I have not been clean for that long. And then I went, it's the date I just put in, you idiot.
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought it was with this account. Yeah, it is.
It must have like crashed after a few years or something.
I think it's coming up to about 2 years now.
Yeah,
or it's either coming up to 2 years or just over a year. Well, it's been a while.
My last one was like, I think just after Christmas, and then I haven't harmed in the entire year so far, which is pretty good. Like, I had a few points, but I guess I was just like, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep going. Like, and I'm going to be honest, I've scratched. I've like, bitten my hand or whatever. And I've tried to pull my hair out, but I've gotten a lot better at managing it.
See, for me, that's anxiety. I do that without realizing.
Well, I do that sort of stuff, but then I get it like where it's really bad, where I'm like, I'll like make marks in my skin.
Yeah, see, that's when I get really, like, ridiculously anxious. Is this real darker all of a sudden, or am I crazy?
Yeah, the sun's started to go down, so it's...
Oh, yeah, it's like late in the afternoon.
No, but I would like, and this is more of a recent one where it's like a scratch at that.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, that entire bit was red.
I don't know if it's just me, but especially today, I've been scratching at the back of my neck. and it hurts to touch. Now I'll probably scratch skin off, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. It's like, to be honest, it felt really itchy at first, and then it was like, oh yeah, it's fine, it's gone away. But I caught myself just scratching it during the day. It was kind of weird. It's like, I don't know why I'm doing
the inside
this.
of my mouth. That's one I've had for years.
I used to do that, but then the annoyingness of having the ulcers there.
Well, that's what keeps me, I guess, biting them, is because I feel it. I'm like, okay, I've got to bite the rest of the outer layer, and then it just keeps going.
That's when especially when I get one, I keep chewing on it because it's like, it's there, so I chew on it without thinking.
Yeah. That's why I have so many,
I do that to the skin on my lips too.
I constantly have gum on me. Like, I don't think I have any with me right now. But
I constantly have gum on me. Psych.
Usually when I'm wearing my cargo pants, there'll just be one that lives in my pocket.
Yeah, I try and keep gum on me because part of me will, like, I'll use it as a way to have something sweet instead of going and eating something else again, because I will crave sugar. I crave sugar big time.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big problem, especially considering diabetes runs in the family.
Yeah.
But, like, diabetes runs through the family, and to be honest, I'm kind of worried about getting it.
Yeah.
Like, being overweight as well as diabetes, look, it runs in both sides of the family.
Yeah.
More on my mum's side than my dad's, but, like, it's one of those things where gum kind of helps me, especially mints as well.
Yeah.
They help me with the whole, I need something sweet or I need something flavorful in my mouth. Because otherwise, like, I freak out and I'll go and I'll eat. Yeah. And I'll eat and I'll eat, and it's probably becoming an eating disorder at this point.
No, when I was a kid, I had medication, and it was like autism or antidepressants. Like, it was used for autism, but it was antidepressants because it's used quite commonly hand in hand. And it was like this dissolvable tough tablet that would get put into a bit of water and you'd drink it. And it had this like chalky sort of texture.
Oh, I don't like chalk.
Yeah, it still fucking fucks with me to talk about. But I used to I took this shit for every day for like 5 years. And it ended up making me develop heightened anger issues, which I already had anger issues at that point, and then that had just added to it. And now to this day, and yesterday I actually had to test this, whenever I have any sort of medication that's dissolved or chalky texture, or even just the like similar flavour, I throw up. And even thinking about it can make me get to that point.
That's me with squeaky things.
Yeah.
Squeaky sand will make me shut down. Squeaky peas, I'll shut down. Squeaky apples, I'll just shut down. Thinking about it makes me want to shut down.
Yeah.
Like, squeaky things is just something I can't do. See, there's a difference between squeaky as in, like, a squeaky toy like a dog, and, like, rubbing your shoes against a floor kind of squeaky.
Yeah. No, but I had, like, painkiller medication yesterday, and it was heavy painkillers too, because I had a massive headache, and it was the same sort of taste and the same texture. Oh. And I just, like, I put it, because I was expecting it just to be the texture. I was like, okay, I can do the texture. And I put it in my mouth and immediately spat it back out. I was like, I can't fucking do this. And I looked at Dad and he goes, what? It's fine, just have it, because he doesn't really understand.
Yeah, I get that.
And I sat there for, I think, like 20 minutes with the tablet in my hand, a cup of water in the other. It got to the point.
How do you take tablets? Like, how do you take them?
Tablet water.
Really?
I've done it since I was a kid. But then I just got to the point where I had the cup and I just, like, pretty much just splashed my face in the water and then swallowed the tablet.
That's basically how I take tablets. I have a mouthful of water and then I put the tablet in.
Well, for about, like, 20 minutes after, I sat there pretty much just washing my mouth out and almost throwing up.
Yeah.
And I think that's, like, the most recent I've had anything similar to that sort of feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I had a dissolvable flavoured tablet, like Panadol, like Kids Panadol dissolved or something. And that was like 2-3 years ago now.
Only dissolvable one I can do is like Hydrolyte. And that's just electrolytes and stuff.
Yeah, well, that was the last time I'd thrown up from the tablet, and then yesterday was the closest I've gotten to throwing up from it. But, like, even just that sort of stuff, like that, it shows how big of an impact that shit's had on me, I guess, the past few years. So, like, that was... I got off that medication, I think, a year or two after I moved to Newcastle. So, and that was 8 years ago now. So I'd say about 5 years ago now, like, when I stopped doing having tablets.
Yeah.
So 5-6 years ago. But, that it shows how big of an impact it's had.
Yeah, where I'm sitting, it looks like we're almost sitting in a pitch black room
Yeah.
where like just the keyboard is all you can see.
Yeah.
Soundboard even.
That's pretty much what it is. I can see the slight shadows of us, but so I don't think I'm going to use the footage. No,
You
but
can use some of the footage.
maybe. No, but the past
Use it
few,
as a snippet. You'd be like,
Dude,
what,
those
listen
take-
to a podcast.
those take hours to edit.
Really?
Yeah, they're pains in the ass to edit.
I thought it was just like, snip, snip, post this.
No.
Really?
It takes a decent amount of editing because you need to try and focus on one person, focus on the other, focus back on the first person. It takes hours. It's a pain in the ass.
So I seriously thought
That's
you
why I
just
haven't
like
posted anymore.
pretty much grabbed a clip and then just posted a short like snippet of it. Wow.
No, because even just finding the snippet that you want to have in it is
Yeah.
annoying because you need to think, fuck, where did something interesting happen? Where did something that I can show on
My face
YouTube
is
happen?
interesting. You can't even see it on camera.
No, but the past, like, and I've had mental issues since I was a kid. Like, I've got autism that isn't quite diagnosed, but it's peer-reviewed.
Real man.
Peer-reviewed and professional reviewed without being fully diagnosed.
Real man. Real.
And then I've got probably ADHD. I mean, you
Yo,
can see from the way-
ADHD crew.
You can see from the way I've been sitting for the past 50 minutes, just swinging myself.
Can't see my feet, but my feet have been moving this whole time.
And then I have anger issues that are diagnosed, anxiety that's diagnosed,
Yeah, again.
PTSD that's diagnosed,
Let me just pull out the
and-
list. Bubba.
and then I've got the generational depression. I can't remember
Yep.
what it's called, but like passed on from
I got
generation
that
to
too.
generation. And then I have gained depression, which is like shit I've absorbed from the earth.
Those bloody vaccines.
And then a bunch of other issues, but like the PTSD is the one that still properly gets me. Like in the past 8 years, I don't think I've had a single night where I haven't had a nightmare. Which, like, and even the past few weeks, I haven't been able to properly sleep.
Yeah.
Like I've been up, down, up, down, up, down, like a baby, I guess.
Well, generational insomniac here.
Probably got insomnia too.
Yeah. I used to take tablets, and then for a while it was really good. It was like I was getting into a routine, sleeping really well without them. And then I've just recently gotten back on them because I'm getting back into the really bad, like 11 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning kind of sleep schedule, which, I mean, that's not too bad, but still it affects me in a way. Like from getting really good sleep to getting not as good sleep all of a sudden kind of takes a tug on you.
Yeah.
Nose is itchy.
No, but with me, like I don't think I've slept properly for probably 3 weeks now, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because I have nightmares, and this shit will range from like childhood trauma to current trauma to like, you know, mixes of all the traumas to, you know, just something like even school. That's been the biggest one for me lately.
Yeah.
Is like, you know, it'll be insert Mr. Principal Man saying, why aren't you at school? And then I'd be in school, and like at first that kind of just was dreams to me, and now I've kind of realized, fuck, they're nightmares.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's like scary shit. Because in my brain, scary shit's like scarier than that.
I don't dream though. That's the thing. Everyone's like, yeah, I have dreams about this. Like, I rarely dream. I might have like 2 dreams in a year kind of thing.
A lot of it isn't actually the fact that you don't dream. It's the fact that you don't remember your dreams. I can lucid dream. Have I told you that?
It may have come up before because I feel like somebody's told me that, but it's kind of also...
So for people who don't know, lucid dreaming is where you can control your dreams in a way, and like you know that you're dreaming and you can pick what you do, I guess. And there are a few main rules for it, like don't look into reflective surfaces like mirrors and shit.
Keep an eye on the time.
Keep an eye on the time, and just like a few other things I've kind of forgotten.
Yeah.
But they're probably
rules
not
to
important.
it.
Yeah, I just don't remember any of them.
One of the rules is like don't mention it's a dream.
Yeah.
Because
like-
otherwise it turns like on its head.
But
I don't know. I've never lucid dreamt before,
lucid
but
dreaming,
I've seen videos of it.
Well, lucid dreaming for me can be quite scary as well.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember, dissociation. So
Yeah.
where it constantly feels like you're in a dream. And I had like all day was pretty much like that for me yesterday. And it wasn't really in a good way. It was kind of a shit way. But I get to that point where it's like I have to double check that I'm awake, and then when I lucid dream, I'm like, fuck, I know I'm asleep, but I also am I awake, but also I'm asleep.
I was just about to say,
And
have you ever had a point where you kind of can't tell if you're sleeping or
100%.
not?
I do, like, and especially when my depression gets bad, I've noticed it, is like you will see me try and figure out if I'm actually awake by doing certain things and testing certain things, and like, just things I wouldn't be able to do while I'm asleep.
I finally achieved the I just got my L's awkward teenage photo of my partner.
I'm gonna wear a top hat for mine.
I was in my work uniform.
I've seen. You
That's
sent
so
it in the group
awkward.
chat.
No, because, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back on rambling about car stuff. But we got there and the lady is doing all this stuff and it kind of looked like one of my mum's colleagues that still currently works with her. It's a little bit weird. And it's like one of those like uncanny valley type things. It's like, yeah, it looks like I know you, but I don't know you. She's like, okay, go sit down on the chair. We're going to take a photo. And then as I sat down, she goes, oh, you're going to have to take your sunnies off. I forget I have sunnies on sometimes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. Hand them to my mum. And I'm kind of looking around at the camera like, where do I look? And then it was like kind of a few eyes around the spot, looking at the camera, looking at a few different spots. And she's like, okay, cool, got it. And I was like, okay, I was expecting it to flash. Because if you've ever had your license photo taken, there's like the camera and then there's like a ring of lights around it. So I was expecting it to flash. No, she just goes, no, it's done. Come on. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm still waiting for it.
Yeah.
It comes in the mail.
Oh, yeah.
1 to 2 weeks.
Dude, I'm still waiting for a mail from TAFE from my first course. From my first course, bro.
They said it's supposed to take 1 to 2 weeks, and if it's been over 15 days to contact them.
Yeah, it'll take like 50 days, bro.
I can't wait to see what my license photo looks like.
You gotta send it through group chat.
Because I definitely will. I'm sending it to my uncle first because I made a promise to him that he was going to be the first person I sent it to.
Yeah.
But it was like I had just had my hair done and my hair was still slightly wet at the back, so I was worried it was going to turn out like my year 7 photo where my hair is basically still drenched because I'd showered the morning of. But no, like I thought it looked really good and my hair was nice and curly and my hair's been in a ponytail since. Yeah. I can't deal with the texture of my hair.
No, with like last year where I was constantly falling asleep in class and shit.
Yeah.
I think that's actually the best I've slept in the past while, because I wouldn't sleep. Like some nights I'd sleep, but most nights I'd be like awake all night or most of the night just doing whatever, like trying to get my mind off of shit. And then I'd fall asleep in classes, and especially English. Dude, that English teacher deserves like a raise because she just did not care that I was asleep all the time.
I do not remember what English teacher we had.
I'll let you know after.
Okay.
But like I'd be pretty much asleep on the floor while they were like reading Shakespeare and shit, and they're just on you. Like I'd be asleep on you.
I remember that. I couldn't tell if you were asleep or not. You were on my arm, and I was like, I physically have to hold you up because if I relax my arm, you are going to fall.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Dude, I think you're like the only person I've fallen asleep on properly before as well.
I've been told I'm quite comfy.
Well, it's not even just that. I think it's just because like my brain registers you as a really safe person to be around. Because like you give those vibes. Like and Mars and Fizz are safe as well, but Mars and Fizz are safe in a different way.
Mars and Fizz are safe in a way that you could go if something was wrong and if you needed something done. I like to consider myself safe if you need physical protection in a way.
Mars and Fizz are safe in a way that I would protect them with anything and they would like probably try to do the same for me.
I'd like to believe they'd do the same.
Yeah, but like I feel like I'm more sort of threatening than they are.
Yeah.
Whereas with you, I feel like we're sort of equal, I guess. So you can fight for me and I can fight for you and shit.
I scared a kid today. I didn't mean to. To be fair, I was pissed off, so I was quite aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm very... I get violent when
I'm
angry.
Bro, you don't need to tell me this. You seen me last year.
Listen, the thing is, I rarely get angry, so you can tell when I'm angry. I've just been told recently by Fizz that I have a certain look on my face when I'm angry.
You do. But I have a certain look on my face when I'm like angry at the point of where I used to be, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm sort of always giving off threatening, angry vibes, but also at the same
man, that's just trans man vibes.
But also at the same time, you can tell when I get really, really like pissed off. Are you playing footsies with me under the desk?
I need to stretch my legs, and this table is weird, so it's like I can't put my leg fully up straight because my leg bangs into it. No, wait, no, not straight. I can't sit my leg like this.
Bro, you're not straight.
I can't.
You're not
Stop
straight.
the point.
No, like, last year, I think I had the most mental problems last year than I did any of the past years. And that includes like 2021 where I was like really fucked up because I think a lot of it came down to the fact that I was depressed but had to get up every day and had to keep going and had to see all my bullies. And then there was so much other shit I was stressed about at the same time and I was working at the same time.
To be fair,
so I didn't have a break.
I was so worried about you, man. Like, whenever you said you were working, I was like, should you be, though? That's the question.
Oh, 100. I don't think I should have been working. Like, there were days
you shouldn't have been.
Where it was weekends, it was really early, and I was, like, in the middle of the road crossing, and I was like, if I got hit by a car, maybe I'd finally get a break from work.
Yeah.
It's like, why was I thinking that? Why didn't I just call in fucking sick? Like... I think the only thing that stopped me from going to a mental hospital at all last year was the fact that I had to work.
Yeah.
Like, that was the only thing that stopped me.
Ring, ring. Can we book 2 rooms? Are you aware this is a mental hospital? Yeah, we'll only be staying for like 3 weeks. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I got work next week, so it's all good. I'll just
I got work tomorrow. I just need a quick like psychosis checkup.
Yeah. No, but like I think that's the only thing that stopped me. And now that I've quit and now that I'm sort of like, I guess, freer, it's better for me because it means
back at what you were.
Well, not only that, it also means that I'm not as stressed about like, oh, I can't have a mental breakdown today. I've got work this afternoon.
Yeah,
like I can have a mental breakdown and I can just chill. And my job is quite literally streaming and podcasting. If I don't want to do my job, I call you and I'm like, hey, we got to cancel or we got to postpone to next week. Or
I forgot it was on this week. If it wasn't for Mars, I would have gone home.
But if it's like, you know, if I don't want to stream, I just don't stream. Or if I can't edit that day, I just don't.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I have to do in a week is go to TAFE and that's once a week. So it's pretty chill for me anyway. So it's like, if I'm having a bad day, I don't need to do anything. Which, funnily enough, my bad day in the past my worst day in the past 2 weeks was yesterday when I had to be at TAFE. Kill me.
Okay, compare TAFE to right now. Like school, compare TAFE to what school was like. How environment. Look, I did a 4-week course, which was just a day a week. You're there full time.
Yeah.
Compared to going to school every day, how would that's what my dad just posted. How would you compare it to school?
Okay, well, I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna put it as a rating. I'm just gonna tell you 2 stories. Right? Yeah. This first one is school.
I get to rate it myself.
You get to rate it.
Okay.
Right? On a scale of window to fan.
Okay.
They're just 2 things I saw. But okay. The first story is from school. Yeah. So this is last year. In let's go English, a class that you were in with me.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in those classes all the time and I don't think the teacher ever really checked up on me. She kind of just looked at me, right? Now, we're going to tell a story from yesterday.
My mom's going to drive past soon. Yeah, sorry.
Awesome. I walked in from lunch hanging out with all of my classmates. I mean, that's kind of weird, but okay. All of my classmates are 6 people, including me. And the teacher, right? But I walk in and I said, I am not going to survive the rest of this semester. And my teacher genuinely looks at me and goes, are you okay? I was saying that because the kid next to me was making shitty jokes. I still have not stopped thinking about what the teacher said though. Like, he literally looks at me and he goes, are you okay? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. It's just the jokes he's making. And now I want you to rate which one you think is better.
TAFE sounds like 110 times better, man. Like, even though I was at a course for nursing and I'm not doing nursing, even just the genuine environment is the fact that people want to learn there that makes it 100 times better than...
Well, even just yesterday, like, singing in front of people, I'd never done that, never thought of doing that before yesterday. And then yesterday, my teacher goes, hey, you want to sing? And I was like, sure. And then I just did it in front of everyone, like, with 0 preparation. So that's sort of like the difference, I guess. It's like, you know, I never would have even thought of doing that in front of my classmates.
I've only had one person sing to, like, not on stage at school.
Yeah.
And it's the person that has the same name as one of our wellbeing team members.
Yeah.
And they sang, and it was a karaoke session, and the music teacher at our school was like, what are you guys doing? Like, kids at my other school would kill to, like, sing. Yeah. And this person goes, oh, yeah, whatever, I'll sing. No offense to this person. They've gotten way better since, but it was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, literally, girls were laughing. She was teased shitless, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's what's made me horrid anxious.
And
because
that's the difference. Is at TAFE, everybody's there for the same reason as you are.
Yeah.
Whether it's to learn or because they got bullied or because they just can't be at school.
They're there because they want to be.
Yeah. Whereas at school, you're kind of forced to be there and you need to sort of climb up the social hierarchy. Whereas at TAFE, it's like, I don't really give a shit who I sit with lunch. I bring my own lunch and it's spaghetti with a microwave to heat it up.
Spaghetti.
You know?
I cannot wait till I'm a senior.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, man. Not just for the fact that we leave early, but like...
Bro, I just leave whenever I want to at TAFE. Like, my teacher
Rude.
on the first day gave us a 3-hour early mark.
That was us when I went to TAFE. The teacher's like... You can go do whatever you want on campus now, but you can't, like, leave till 3:10. Please don't leave till 3:10. I'll get in trouble. I was like, oh, well, geez, you're awesome. We ain't gonna leave just because we don't want to get you in trouble.
When I did my short course, the teacher just let us leave whenever. Like, and we weren't allowed off campus on breaks, but
yeah,
we were allowed early marks. It was kind of weird. But it's because it wasn't really a school thing. It was more of, like, a different type of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
It was more of a TAFE organised rather than a school organised. I cut my nail with scissors earlier.
That wasn't very smart.
Well, it was annoying me, and now it's annoying me more because it hurts because I cut it too short.
Oh, I had, so I do this fairly often. I'll take my school shirt off when I have undershirts on.
Strip.
Okay. No. Damn, not that kind of show.
Hey, I'll turn off the camera.
No, so I was fixing my undershirt.
You won't see much anyway.
A few of the younger kids look at me, and I go, hey, this ain't no free porno, look away. And it was like, just because I was fixing my undershirt, because my undershirts will shift because they're not quite long enough.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll just shift, tuck them back in, whatever. We got to Macca's. I took it off. This old lady looked horrified that I took my school shirt off. Got scissors out of my little handbag thing that I bought for sport.
Yeah.
Because we walk and somewhat draw and try not to beat people's heads in. We walk on drawers, so we walk down. This old lady looked horrified that I was just taking my school shirt off, and then Mars comes behind me with a pair of scissors, cuts the tag off that's been scratching me all day, and she kind of looked relieved when I put it back on, like I was going to commit some sort of crime just by taking my school shirt off.
Indecency.
No, we were walking today. We were walking today, and I picked up a worm, and I walked over to Miss Bitch Face A and Miss Bitch Face B. And I was going, Miss, do you like my pet worm? And one of the kids go, wow, like screams it. And then an orange comes flying out of nowhere and almost hits us. We think someone from one of the houses threw it at us.
Fuck, okay then.
Like, we seriously think someone from one of the houses pegged an orange at us.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. It's just a worm. It's not going to kill him. I'm going to put him in the garden in a minute. I just wanted to scare the teachers. Because worm.
Yeah. No, back on the self-harm. Or like
whoops, hang on. Yeah, let's not get off
the well-being stuff. Like, last year is sort of where I started realising that my scars aren't that noticeable and, like, I can start to show. Because I used to wear hoodies everywhere and I'd wear, like, swimmers with long arms and shit like that. Which I still wear swimmers with long arms, but that's more of a personal thing now.
I only wear swimmers with long arms because I'm allergic to sun cream.
That's fair. No, but, like, I worked in the drive-through of a certain restaurant and I would hand out food and I handed it out with the one that all my scars were on.
Yeah.
And I would, like, I'd feel so awkward. And half the time, because I didn't have a work jacket, so I wasn't really allowed to, like, just wear a jacket or wear a jumper or anything. So I'd, like, hand out food like this, or I'd hand it out with the opposite hand. And people thought I was spaz-ass. Like, they were like, what the fuck are you doing?
My only worry is going to be if they're still visible when I go to get tattoos done.
Yeah.
I know tattoo artists
they
don't judge. I know. But
dude,
my
they see
mum
people's pussies all the time.
My mum wants to come with me for my first one. So depending on where the placement is.
Yeah.
To be fair, where they are kind of looks like stretch marks. So I might get away with that a little bit. But if my mum's there with me, it's kind of one of those, they're not overly noticeable because I'm pale as fuck.
Yeah.
But if you look, you can see they are there.
Yeah, well, mine, like, and you can see it in the dark as well. Like, they're pretty noticeable. And I've got some that are, like, a lot sort of here.
Yeah.
Like, some that are up here. Some that go that way. Some that go that way. Like, they're everywhere on my arm. There's checkerboards on my arms. Or on arm. I used to do it with my non-dominant hand onto my dominant hand because I was like, oh, okay, well, at least I can't do as much damage that way.
Yeah.
Honestly, the smartest fucking shit I've ever done. Because then it just kind of became habit to do it on that arm. Like, and then I transferred to my legs because I was like, oh, that's smarter. I can hide it better there. And I was also like, okay, well, I'm out of room here. So,
well,
down here now.
I did one on this part of my arm.
Yeah.
And went, holy fuck, that hurts more than I need it to.
Yeah.
So I went back to original areas. See, I didn't do it for pain.
Yeah.
I did it for just to see it. Check I'm still human.
Mine started out as pain, like, because technically...
That's what mine started as.
Technically, the original, like, self-harm I used to do was scraping my knees on concrete. Because I didn't have, like, any knowledge. And that was kind of just, okay, well, it hurts, so sure, it brings me out to be alive, I guess.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where I was like, okay, pencils, next try. And then arm was the easiest place because it was close. And then I was like, okay, arm works pretty well, but pencils, not so well.
Yeah.
So I kind of just changed it up with, like scissors, knives, shit like that for a while. And then I'm not going to say what I used at the end that worked the best because I'm not going to give you guys ideas.
True.
But I will, yeah. It got to the point where it was bad.
One on this arm, one on like the, I don't know what you call this part of my arm.
Forearm.
Yeah, hurt like a bitch.
Yeah.
Then I moved to upper parts of my arms and was like, this is basically what I want. Went to my thighs for a while.
Yeah.
And then I was clean for 6-7 months.
I don't know if it was just me, but thighs never really hurt as much for me.
Like 6 or 7 months clean, and then it got really bad again. Went to start at my thighs, went, nah, this hurts. I don't need this for pain. It's kind of like people who are getting off nicotine.
Yeah.
I don't...
They don't need the nicotine.
I don't
it's
want
more
to
just the
do
habit
it.
of it.
I don't want to do it, but I need something.
Yeah.
And then I went back up to my arms, and that's probably the best... Not the best spot. That's not what I meant. It is probably the spot where it was the most.
The spot where it was best for you at the time, but now it's like it was never good, but it was good. Like,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah, to simplify things.
Yeah. It looks like we're sitting in a pitch black room
Oh,
and we can't
100%.
see each other, but I promise we're not sitting in the dark. There is light in here.
We are sitting in the dark, but we're not sitting in the dark.
We're not sitting in the dark.
Like, it's dark, but it's not that dark. Because the reason I don't have the lights on is because it makes the camera flicker because of the type of light that's in here. And I forgot to bring a different type of light. So I just kind of had to put up with it. But yeah. No, because I used to...
I just wanted to see if it pop up on camera.
And I mentioned this before, I had a really bad eating disorder. And I would
I should not have come into this hungry.
I read online somewhere, and this is like, don't do this. But I was reading Wattpad, and I read online that purging was a thing. I was like, huh, what's that? And I looked it up, and then I sort of realized what it was. I was like, oh, I could try that. I was like, oh, fuck, you dumbass. I haven't done it in like 2 years now, I think. I think it was like just after I met you guys, I stopped.
Yeah.
But even at that point, I still was barely eating.
Hang on, I need to double check what the definition of this is. That's pudding.
But I kind of just I stopped when I met you guys, but I'd still do it occasionally. But I'm like 2-ish years.
Oh yeah, okay, that is not what I thought it was.
But I kind of just stopped doing it and then just wouldn't eat.
Proud of you, bro.
Huh?
I said I'm somewhat proud of you. I said proud of you, and then he went, I just wouldn't eat. I was like, oh my god,
okay, I've gotten a lot better now. Like I used to eat probably a meal every week, and that, like a meal very lightly. Like this was like cheese and crackers or something, like barely a meal.
Yeah.
But now I eat like at least 2 meals a day. And if not 2 meals, then like 1 meal and a snack or something.
I had these cracker things that I didn't like in my lunchbox the other day. And I was asking around the group if anyone wanted them. And I was like, oh well, like I'll throw them out when I get home or whatever. And then complete random kid comes over and starts screaming at me about how there's no, like, how people in other places are like suffering without food and whatever. Brings me to a recent event, which that made it sound recent. Sorry, the one I just said was not very recent, but the more recent event was when I was complaining about a math class I had first period.
Yeah.
And then one of the kids in my roll call goes, well, there's people in other places that would kill for an education like yours.
I'll swap them.
I looked them dead in the eyes and went, they can have my math class.
Exactly.
I don't want it.
No, it proves us, like, it shows how bad some of the classes at that school is.
Yeah.
Like, even just the fact that I physically had to fucking drop out because of half of it.
Before your Rosa too.
Yeah. But to be honest, like, I don't even need half that shit for what I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't even need to go through TAFE. The only reason I'm going through TAFE is because if I don't, then I can't, like, drop out.
Yeah, if you didn't go the TAFE route, you would still be stuck.
Yeah. Which technically, you could argue that what I do right now is a full-time job because I'd clock in so many hours a week. But also at the same time, I don't think the school would agree with that. And I don't think Dad would agree with that. Plus, I'm enjoying TAFE. It's just like I don't technically need to do it.
Yeah.
It's more of a wanting thing.
Can you drop out of TAFE as well?
Technically, but not really.
Yeah.
Because then the school won't renew my right to be out of school or exemption from school.
How long do you need to be before you have that exemption taken away? Like, that you
17.
don't need it. Oh, okay.
So it's not too bad.
Yeah, they got next year.
Well, I've got 2 more semesters for next year, and then technically the one after it would lead into my birthday. So I've got about 3 semesters worth.
I forgot you're the youngest in the group. I had to renew all your birthdays in my calendar because they didn't continue on for that was my cord. It didn't continue on for a few years.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
That one?
No, not that one.
What about that one? That's my own cord.
What about this one? No, not yet that one.
What, this
no,
one?
but
Oh, no, that's my cord.
Is it this one? Paul's own headset off.
Is it this one?
Is it this one? Roof caves in. Oh god.
Fucking fan turns into a helicopter and flies away.
Fan falls off floor and just starts around.
Did you see that helicopter that ran into the building in Cairns?
I was gonna say some. I probably shouldn't.
There was a helicopter that like flew into a building in Cairns last week or earlier this week or something.
I haven't even heard anything
Apparently
about
it was stolen. So the helicopter was stolen. It was like midnight when it happened.
Be so for real right now though.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I felt the need to say it.
Dad's reaction to it was GTA real life edition. I was like, Dad, you can't say that.
No. Okay, it was a call with my... This has just reminded me with what your dad said. I was on the phone with my uncle, was at my dad's place, and my uncle goes, yeah, that's so skibbity or whatever the kids say.
God.
And I just sat there with my head in my hands, and my step was like, what's skibbity? What does it mean? You look like you know what it means. Why are you acting like that? And I was like, I did not think in my years of living that I would hear my uncle say skibbity.
I found one of those like TikTok quizzes and it was like, are you with the kids? And I did it. I got 2 out of 12 right.
Damn.
And the 2 was mewing, right? So it was,
I only know that because Hunter does it.
Yeah, well,
he does it out of the random just to annoy me.
The 2 I got right was mewing and I don't even know. I can't even remember.
Riz.
No, it wasn't
that one's
Riz.
pretty easy.
Yeah, I got like easy.
Basically,
Riz.
do you get bitches?
I have good bitches.
I have one bitch. Love
Actually,
you, bitch.
I really don't have bitches, but that's okay. So low. One of my classmates the other day, who's younger than me, and I need to clarify this because I'm not the youngest in my class. Surprisingly,
are you second youngest in your class?
Yes. No. Okay. The kid that's younger than me is like not even a month. Like young. Abby and I are 2 weeks.
Karate. All I heard was, yeah. I was like, what is going on out there?
Abby and I are 2 weeks apart. 2 weeks, 2 years.
I was going to say, you're only 2 weeks apart. Why is she just like 2 years younger than you?
But this kid is like, I think a week and a half.
Damn.
If that.
I just opened Instagram out of habit, and WikiHow just posted a video about everything you need to know about Skibbity. It's listening.
Oh god. No, they're coming to get us.
They're going to take me away.
Alright, well this has been a bit of a heavier episode.
Heavier episode with the casual Skibbity thrown into it.
Half that's going to be edited.
No, okay, add on to that. My dad then continues to come. He came up to me and goes, "What does Skibbity mean?" And then I was like, "Don't worry, I'll tell you later." I never told him, by the way.
No,
and then later he comes out and goes, "What the Skibbity?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Now I understand why my dad's losing all his hair in these parts that I'm rubbing. But this one's been a bit of a heavier episode, so I think we're going to end it here.
Probably. I'm pretty sure my mum wants me. I text my mum, "When do you want me home?" Whenever the podcast is done. Okay. Cool. So I'm just going to sleep under the desk for a bit, test how long. Sorry, we were recording an overnight 24-hour challenge.
24 hours in the podcast.
24 hours in the podcast room. Who will tap out first? And number 1, we have...
Oh, God. Yep, we're ending it here.
All right.
Thanks
we're
for
so
listening.
Overtired. Bye.
Bye.